Well, I was waiting for the sunrise, but looks like the clouds rolled in and blocked it, all the color. Oh well, it's cafe time. I think I put a little too much water. One more. That one was hot. Oh, good morning, good morning. Buenos dias, buenos dias. It is day 10. I slept here last night at the Plum Grove Shelter. Had it all to myself. It's a 3-decker shelter. I slept on the second floor. Didn't have any. Actually, I did have some visitors last night. Mice. I could hear them all night. Because they're busy packing their food, stuff for the winter. Then I didn't hear them. After that, I fell asleep. Couldn't sleep very well, but I slept better than last night. Last night I was so sweaty on the 15-degree bag, and I was able to find a way to stay in it. And I even zipped it all up. I was staying pretty warm. No sweats this time. But this is what gets me, guys. I showed you guys last night. I mean, come on. There's a big sign right here. Pack out your trash. But no, people think this is trash. A trash can. I'm not going to open it, guys, because it's really stinking there with the mound house. You know how after you eat them and then you leave them overnight the next day? That's how it stinks in there. Today I'm going to try to push it for 12 miles to Deep Gap or Rock Gap. I forgot. I'm going to cross the Georgia border this morning and going to North Carolina. So I'll be done with Georgia on the AT. So that's a milestone in itself. Took me long enough, 10 days, but just for a beginner, that's all right. And took a long break in between. But I don't know how many miles I can hike Thursday with the rain. I want to be in a shelter just in case. My tent is fine, but I don't know, something about a shelter when the rain and thunderstorms are coming down that gives you that sensation of being more protected. So yeah, I'm gonna try to make it to standing Indian shelter, I think is what it's called, and it's only 1 mile to Rock Gap where I can have a bailout just in case. Then after that, I don't have any bailouts. So for Friday, which is gonna be in the 20s in the morning. So I'll be fine with the weather as long as it's not rainy from Friday. So I can pick up another long day and then try to do a short day Saturday, at least as close as I think there's 2 bailouts right before Winding Gap, so that I can use just in case I don't make it. Okay, before I forget, there was something that was bothering me all day yesterday. I kept thinking of something that happened on the first day, and and I just kept thinking about it yesterday for some reason. So maybe I just need to record it, talk about it, and and I won't think about it today. It's nothing bad at all. Well, 2 things actually. I think I already talked about one of them. As I got to Trey Mountain Shelter on the first day, right before the shelter, there's a nice overlook, rocky overlook. There was this female solo hiker there that she had her backpack by the tent spot, and then she was about 20 yards away laying down on the rock. You know, the sun was shining. So I just kind of went up there and say hello, you know, not too close to her, far away, and just to make sure she was okay. I mean, just being friendly, saying hello. And she got up, she stood up kind of, and she said she heard me. So she heard somebody. I kind of surprised her a little bit, and she asked me which way I was going. That was the first question she asked me after I say hello. And I said, oh, I'm going north, but I'm just going to have lunch here at the shelter. And then I did one thing that you're not supposed to do to female hikers, solo hikers especially. Since she asked me which way I was going, I asked her the same question. How about you? Not even thinking about it. And that is the one thing you don't, if you try to not scare solo female hikers. You don't ask them where they're going, where they're going to sleep, where they're going to camp, nothing like that, because that just kind of spooks them, I guess. Well, it does. And immediately she gave me the answer of, oh, I'm waiting for some friends. And I knew there was nobody coming, nobody behind me, and front maybe, but from the south. But that was a good answer. Anyway, the second thing that happened, I already talked about. It's after the Trail Mountain Shelter, there's the water source, and the whole thing is like a half a mile away from the trail. You got to walk back half a mile to get back onto the AT. But there's a mark on the map that I guess the trail used to go by there. And it was sort of a shortcut. If you take that old trail, then you end up on the new AT trail. So I was like, okay, well, I'm going to take the old trail and then wind up joining the trail. Well, I did, but about 100 yards as I got to it, it was a steep ravine with rocky, and I had to scoop down on my butt. And the whole time I just kept thinking, this is the one thing I'm not supposed to do. Veer off the trail, and especially on a steep slope, and have an accident out here where nobody's going to know where I'm at, or even find me for days because nobody comes this way. So don't do that, guys. Do the extra mile or the extra half a mile to go back to the trail where people are going to walk by and find you in case you have an accident. That was a dumb move. So anyway, I just needed to talk about it one more time, get it out of my head. But I'm glad I survived, scooting down on my butt all the way down the steep ravine, 20 to 30% incline, I'm sure. Anyway, I survived it. Let's move on. On to day number 10. Just met a couple that is doing a day hike from Blue Ridge Gap to Beauty Gap or to the state border and back. So I catch up to him on the flats. But on the climbs, I much slower. Not that there are many flats anyway, but little sections like this. I am in North Carolina. 10 days, all the way from Amicalola, the approach trail. So there's the couple that was behind me. There they are. They were taking a little bit longer on some of the climbs, and I was able to get by them. But yeah, it's I don't know, it's kind of nice to have Georgia done. Like here, North Carolina hits you right in the mouth as soon as you start climbing. So yep, North Carolina is not messing around. The last 3-4 miles of Georgia to get to the border are cruisy compared to what North Carolina has for you. As soon as you enter the border, it'll slap you right in the mouth. Whew. I'm taking an hour to do 1 mile. maybe longer. So I'm at the last climb before you get to Muskrat Creek Shelter. So this is recent blowdowns. Definitely get under it. I don't think it was last night or anything. I'm not sure it was a hurricane. Who knows? Hopefully it's the only one. You can easily get through it. As long as it doesn't fall on top of you. Do the limbo. And if you have a high pack like me, my burrito hanging on my back, it will snag. Hey, I just left Musket Creek Shelter. I was gonna have lunch there, but I only went to use the privy. I ate some snacks and keep going. Hope it doesn't catch up to me later. I've been eating a lot of snacks and drinking a lot of water, but I know I'm gonna be in a calorie deficit for today. So I'll try to eat a big dinner. The reason why I didn't stop longer is because I want to make it to Standing Indian Shelter. It's 5 miles from Musket Creek, and it's already 1:50, 2 o'clock, and sunset is around 4:45, 5 o'clock. So I'm trying to make it there without having to use my light. So I got 5 miles, and I think it's about 1,000 feet of climbing, ascending. And I got 3 hours to do it. So if I stay at my usual 2-mile-an-hour pace for these sections, I should be there before the sun sets. But if the climbs get tough, it's gonna be cutting across. I should be all right. Got my light. I just hopefully I have plenty of energy. I already ate all my snacks. I have one little fig Newton cookie. I guess I should have taken out more snacks from my backpack when I went to the preview, but I forgot. And I don't want to have to stop and get them again. Getting down to the parking lot of Standing Indian, and it's full of rocks. I stopped here to take a picture of the rock, but then I see this. North Carolina Wildlife Bear Management Area. That's no bueno. I don't want to see no bear. Okay, from far away maybe. See the new bracelet? Something unusual just happened. As I got to Deep Gap, when I climbed down from whatever mountain that was, down to Deep Gap, and started back up here on the climb to Indian Shelter, or Standing Indian Shelter. There was a van parked down in the gap. I'll put a picture of it here. It looked like an RV kind of a van conversion. I stood there at the gap reading the signs about bears, and change the view so you can at least see the mountains. Yeah, I just came down from that one, climbing another one. So as I was reading, one guy came out to talk to me. He said hello. He was very friendly. He asked me, how far I was hiking, and which is, another unusual question, but I don't mind. I mean, I was just kind of beg on my information, but no, he started telling me who he was and what he was doing out here with his wife. His wife is through hiking she's going south, and he's the support van for her. And so I thought that was pretty neat. She skipped some of the hurricane sections, and she's on her way to finishing. But Yeah, he offered me a bracelet. He says he makes them from hemp material, and that they were free. So I hope it's not a bad omen. I hope it brings me good luck.